What's going on, everybody? Jordan here, back with another video. Good morning. It is Sunday, September, well, I think it's September 29 or 28 today. The news of the day is that we have started soybean harvest. We actually just about finished one field already. I got in a couple hours of soybean harvesting so far. Mostly my dad's been doing it, and I finished up some chisel plowing, which is why I haven't done any videos yet. But I did combine a little bit on Friday, Sunday morning, and we're gonna hopefully planning on having a long day of combining today. I'm pulling in here. This is the field, and if you watched the last video on the channel, this is the video, the field that I showed you that had ready soybeans, and you can see pretty cleared out here. The grain cart sitting over here. We got a tandem truck here as well, and those are both full. We need to unload some trucks today and get these things ready for today's harvest, which will probably start about noon, maybe 1 o'clock, something like that, when things kind of dry out. It is windy today. 90 degrees today is the forecast here at the end of September, which is very rare for the state of North Dakota. Typically it's actually kind of chilly in September, definitely like hoodie weather, but staying pretty warm this year, and we're getting a nice fall, so that's going to definitely help us get a lot of harvesting done. When we had a late planting season because of the rain, kind of saving the day here is this warm fall, because it's drying things out quick and turning everything, getting it ready, and giving us enough, you know, good weather to actually harvest in as well. Today though, I believe I am starting out again chisel plowing, because it is about 8, a little too wet still. Yeah, the wind and sun is going to dry things out quick, but we are going to start with the chisel plowing today, fuel up the tractor, get it going, unload some trucks, and then combining soybeans. Roll the intro, let's get started. Well, shoot, everybody. Sunday morning, I filmed, did a lot of chisel plowing, went in for lunch, watched a bit of the Vikings game, and when I left, it was halftime, and they were ahead 28-0 when I left the house, so I was all excited and forgot my camera. We actually did go on to harvest soybeans Sunday afternoon, and then yesterday, which was Monday, we did a little bit more chisel plowing while we waited for some more soybeans to dry. We had some wet stuff after Sunday from the stuff that we did. We combined for maybe 3 or 4 hours on Sunday, and we were able to get a lot of soybeans done, a few trucks full, and then the next day chisel plowed a little bit while we waited for some stuff to turn. We also put these air bars on. These weren't on when we combined on Sunday. It was super windy, and we were maybe losing a little bit, so we put on these air bars to blow in some of those soybeans. Not too big a deal, but you know, maybe takes an hour or so between the two combines. Back combining today, so we are gonna film some soybean harvest in this vlog. Sorry about that, but sometimes you forget the camera and aren't able to go home when you're in a combine, so that's kind of what happened. And because of that, we're gonna wait till today. We're hopping in the 9770, gonna go harvest some soybeans. I got Everett with me, I got Piper with me, and we're ready to roll. Let's go harvest. semis over here in the field. The Kenworth and the Peterbilt, kind of our, you know, two go-to things to dump our harvest into, and one of them is kind of for greener stuff, one of them is more for dry stuff. I'm kind of sticking to some drier areas. My dad's kind of being a little bit more daring and going into a little bit more green stuff in this field. We have a lot we can do here. My moisture sensor is saying most of it's under 10% what I'm doing, and we're putting all that dry stuff in the Kenworth, which we're going to put in one of our hopper bins at the farm. The Peterbilt truck is going to be taken into town directly, so we don't have to store that wet stuff, run fans. The hopper bin doesn't even have a fan, so that wouldn't even be possible. But we're gonna take the slightly wetter stuff that could have some more green stuff mixed in it, take that right to the elevator in the morning. So we're trying to separate those two, which is, you probably can't really tell from the video, but kind of why there's a lot of little areas just circled around here, kind of him circling some dry stuff, circling stuff he's gonna leave, and then we're just kind of trying to separate the loads a little bit to what we actually do want to keep on the farm. Back to it. Shut down the combine. 9770 is done for the day at 7 o'clock. So we got in 4 hours of combining or so today. Pretty good. The soybean combining always seems like it goes kind of fast. Kind of cover a lot of ground with those big flex heads, and the trucks seem to fill up a little bit slower too. And it's definitely nice to be just right next to the yard with the field we're in. I'm just crossing the creek now into the yard. We're actually just gonna grab my truck from the yard here and go pick up my dad in the other combine. He's gonna finish topping off the cart, and then we'll call it a day for today. That's kind of a little glimpse into soybean harvest. Not really day one, it's more so day 3 or 4 of soybean harvest. Kind of just doing what's ready and moving right along. There's also a lot of other field work to be done, like chisel plowing, disking, stuff like that. So be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss all the cool tractor stuff, because, you know, operating those is why we do what we do. It's kind of the fun part. So that'll be it for today, everybody. Thanks for watching. Talk to you later.